Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's episode 6, I'm going to talk about handling emotions. Together with me is Mr. Panda. What is special about today's episode is that most of the content are actually from my friends that I ask on a Q&A. If they had any sharing or questions they would like to ask regarding handling emotions. So I am trying my best to answer their questions. Handling emotion is hard for me because unlike wounds or physical injuries, emotions you cannot see through the very naked eyes, but it takes our heart to see it somehow. Why I say that is because you can see someone smiling but they're not actually happy. You can see someone is crying but they're not actually sad. They might be too happy, or they are just too mad, or they're remorseful, so you can't really tell. Well, some people have this fear to even start to let go is because they are scared of loss. They are also scared of the unfamiliar patterns. For example, if you are in a relationship with someone that you think is not compatible with you, it is hard and you might feel scared of letting them go because you are going to face with a lot of unfamiliar patterns, like no more calls or random texts, no more being together with each other, and most of the time you are going to be on your own and you are going to do things alone. Maybe those thoughts scare you, or thoughts like, what if there is no one better out there? What if I don't deserve anyone else? What if I don't want to start new, and all the other what ifs. And they also might fear of not being in their comfort zone because it's gonna make them feel empty, hollow, and everything. But trust me, it is temporary and it's for the better. Well, sometimes I do wonder, why do some people can't seem to move on from the past or people? And some people claim that it's because they didn't get any closure. But I think 2 days ago I read this one tweet where it says that sometimes closure is not in a form of verbal words. Sometimes it's being mistreated, being disrespected, being left, and having your boundaries crossed. Those are closure. Yes, it is harsh, but sometimes closure is not in a form of verbal words. Sometimes it's mistreatments. So those things are enough for you to make your own way, open your own door, and leave. Move on. Because you have to also believe that He always knows what is best for us. Memang kadang-kadang kita doa, kita rasa macam, oh, dia lah jodoh kita, this person is the best for us. Tapi kita juga kena ingat yang Allah yang membolak-balikkan perasaan kita, Allah yang pegang hati kita. Hence, the best that we can do is do your best, sit back, pray, and have faith. If things don't go the way you want, then terima, sebab He always has things in stores for us. Have faith. Also, don't ever be scared of letting go, because we humans should always let go and let God. Well, it's very tough, hard in the beginning, but it gets easier. On to the next part. Being numb and detached from emotions are not quite easy as it is. And another one, sometimes people say it would be cool not to have emotions, but trust me, emotions are what make us human. True that. Because all those emotions that we feel, the mad, angry, sad, happy, excited, those are what make us human. Going back on the first one, about feeling numb. In the first place, why do people even feel numb? Is it because they are tired? Is it because they have enough of it? I've read somewhere that being numb is actually a protective response for our body to defend us from feeling all those emotional pain and difficult times. And sometimes it happens unconsciously and it can be bad. And things that trigger it could be from our past trauma, or it's our hormone, or the medications that we are taking at the moment, or you are fatigued, so you're very tired. I don't really have things that I can actually say about this, because at times I also do feel numb, and when I do feel numb, I would write it down and try to sit with myself and find solutions and the root of the problem so that I could actually find a solution. But what I read is that it's temporary, but if it prolongs, please seek help. Try to find a therapist or consult a doctor. The next one is how to accept certain feelings towards someone yang considered salah, such as hate towards family. At first I don't understand, but I asked the person. She said that it's like being derhaka or hateful towards our parents. I think there were a lot of times where we disagree with our parents for what they did or what they said or what they didn't do. Perhaps because we were young, we were much younger, and we do not seem to understand them from their point of view of parents, because we haven't been parents ourselves. Maybe some of you already are, especially when our parents say tak boleh buat ni, tak boleh buat tu, and we are so quick to be defensive, explosive, and disagree with them. Let's say you are already a parent, or you are an elder sibling and you have anak ataupun you have adik kecil kan. Let's say they are like 3 years old. They dapat pisau and they just grab a knife and they run around the house with a knife. To them, it's fun, it's funny, it's exciting because it's just a knife. They don't understand it. But from our point of view of parent or elder sibling, we see it as a threat to our sibling because it might harm them, right? But do they understand that? No. So what we did is we take it from them and we scold them. But it is wrong. Tapi bagi kita, it is right. Sebab bahaya. So apa yang dia rasa, apa yang dia nampak is just dia kena marah dengan you. That's all. Maybe that's it. Our parents do things because they have foreseen things that we just don't understand. But about parents, what I can say is it's their first time being parents, so cut some slack. Don't be too harsh on them. Again, I'm not a good daughter myself, but you know, I tried. We can't really be mad at them for being the way they are because they were raised in a much different time than us. Memang susah untuk kita convince diri kita untuk kita accept macam oh kita je kena berubah, what about them? Kita je kena forgive our parents, kita je kena break the chain and whatever, what about them? Well, unfortunately and fortunately, we are lucky enough to have the access to all the awareness that there is in our life right now. Sebab kita, in our age, I have a lot of friends and even younger than me yang aware about gaslighting, manipulation, abuse, gentle parenting, mental health and everything. But did our parents have all those? Did our parents know about all that in the past? No. So that is the difference between us and them. Mereka mungkin kurang kesedaran. So kita sebagai generasi yang ada kesedaran, what we can do is actually forgive them for they were raised the way they were. And mind you, they have lived the way they lived for the past 50, 60 years. And susah untuk kita datang in their life one day and tell them, oh ayah, I don't like the way you walk like this. Padahal ayah kita dah berjalan macam the way dia jalan for the past 50, 60 years. Tak ke susah untuk dia ubah satu benda yang dia dah buat for a long time. Even kita sendiri, To break a bad habit is very hard, right? Tapi what we can do is actually try our best to understand from their point of view and forgive them, because when they're not here anymore, you will feel terkilan, you akan rasa bersalah. But masa tu, there's nothing you can do because they're no longer here. Also, maybe going to the counseling or therapy might help. Next, how do people bounce back so quickly right after a severe breakdown? Well, either someone has had enough for a long while, so they just let it go, let it be, or they are very much the accepting kind, jenis yang reda apa yang jadi dekat dia. People yang macam ni, macam I lah sebenarnya, diorang cepat bounce back because they understand some things happen for a reason, and even the reason you cannot see now, you will see it later. And there's nothing good that can happen if you just dwell on things. Let's say after a severe breakdown, you just dwell on it for a very long time. It will eat you up for the long run. I don't know if it might help anyone, but it does to me. Whenever I feel sad or I try to move on from someone or something, I would put like a timer to myself. Let's say this one happened in the past, okay, like way back. That was like 5 years ago, 7. I used to like a guy and they had some red flags. It's hard for me to move on, but I had to. So I gave myself like a week for me to be sad over it a bit, and kept on stalking him and everything. But then masuk hari ke 6 macam tu, I would tell myself, okay, tomorrow is the last day for me to feel sad and everything, so let's be prepared. So let it all out, write anything you want to write. You want to write a blog, you want to write on diary and everything, just do it. And masuk hari ke-7 tu, I would feel macam, okay, tomorrow is a new day, I need to get rid of this feeling. I already spent 7 days being sad over it, so let's get over it. Yeah. So masuk hari ke-8 tu, I would eventually feel very much light. Not gonna lie, I still think about what happened and wonder if he's doing okay and whatnot. But dia tak severe before that, and I could actually leave. And it gets easier by day. Also, back to the topic tadi, this accepting kind of people, they bounce back easily because they understand that things happen in the past, you cannot change. It already happened in the past. So what you have control in life is the present and the future. Not total control, but partially. So sekarang kita focus on the present and the future. Also, they also believe that something better is coming for them and they deserve that something better. And you should do too. Why is anger considered a negative feeling? It could be a positive one. I read somewhere anger is actually one of the most protective feelings of ours. Sebab, kenapa kita marah? Sebab someone offended kita. Sebab kita rasa terancam. Sebab someone disrespect kita. Sebab someone mistreated kita. So apa kita rasa? Kita rasa marah. Sebab we love ourselves enough for us to acknowledge the mistreatment that happened in our life. So marah tu adalah satu respons kepada mistreatments tersebut. Cuma dia jadi negatif bila you project it negatively by pukul orang ke, you tengking orang ke, you marah ke. That is bad. You can feel anger, but it depends on how you project it. Which lead me to next question. How to work on rage? Well, what I do is take myself out of the situation because I pun jenis yang short-tempered sebenarnya. I tend to be explosive at times and I can actually lash out to people. So what I do is I would take myself out of that situation, and I read this somewhere also. Try to squeeze something, like hug something so tightly a lot of times until you feel relaxed, until you feel like you're not that angry anymore. because it works like a coiled spring, you know, like the one you can stretch and squeeze. So when you squeeze it too tight, it will jump out. That's the same as negative vibe, negative aura. Like you squeeze it too much, it will go out. And I think it helps. And when you feel lighter, what you can do is actually sit with yourself and talk to yourself and try to name the emotion. I'm feeling angry because someone had ... and let yourself hear what you said so that you could process everything. Sometimes it's not anger, sometimes it's just sadness. You're sad, you're disappointed. Try to rationalize it, and perhaps you could actually identify the root and again come up with solution. And when you feel better again, you might want to go back to the situation and think of the way how to deal with it. Try to confront the person, or if you're not so sure with yourself, maybe you could call someone that you trust and ask for their opinion. That's how you handle rage. I handle my rage by going to a counselor and talk about my explosive defensive mood, and it helped. Last but not least, how do you handle jealousy or denki towards someone's achievement? Well, one thing I could say is, what I can say is behind all those achievements, there were blood, sweat, tears, sleepless nights, loss of loved ones and everything. And they only let you see what they let you see. When you see someone achieve something, what you can do is actually be happy for them. Instead of being jealous, you could try to direct your emotion to feeling proud and inspired. You might feel like, oh, cool, didn't you? But maybe one day I will get the same chance. So be inspired by that. Try to even ask tips or anything that might help, you know. So you could work on yourself. Instead of projecting it to other people with jealousy and everything, you might want to focus on yourself and try to be better on your own. Because everyone has their own kebaikan dan keburukan. Kebaikan dia mungkin kita nampak sebab dia tunjuk, tapi keburukan dia only that person knows and Allah knows. So let's just do better on our own. And another thing, sometimes someone's achievement is an istidraj. Istidraj is something that Allah gives, like a good feeling or heightened in wealth or health, just to stray them away from God and religion. Contoh, oh dia ni pergi minum arak, judi, tapi grade dia bagus je, because that is one of the istidraj. But correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? So what we can do is actually accept that Allah tu adil. Allah has a lot of things in store for us and for them. And what we can do is to do our best, pray more, and tawakkal. That marks the end of this episode, and I hope you have learned a lot. And if you have any suggestion on how you handle emotion, let me know down below and we'll educate each other, right? Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'll see you on next episode. Bye.